Here we go, Froggy versus Snippy in the house. Even though it's not specified in the recordings, I'm strongly suspecting this is Snippy's home map, because he loves his open maps, and especially Acropolis with the difficulty of walling that this map implies, so you could actually encourage playing scouts. Snippy in the green with the Magyars here, and Froggy with the Khmer. Also a good sim for Acropolis, since even though it's tough to wall, Khmer can just hop inside their houses to garrison and save villagers' lives. So that's a way to limit the damage from rushes. Just since there's TGs at in 1 hour with the community, I'm gonna speed up the Dark Age here and see what the what kind of action we see in the future. I doubt we'll be seeing any drush or the swords here. This is probably gonna be a scout swarm, maybe a sneaky fast castle from Froggy as well. We'll see. Both players with 0 idle TC time according to capture age here, so they're already off to a pretty good start. As I jinxed Froggy now at 6 seconds, but that's still not too significant overall. I'm suspecting like a 20 pop scouts here. Khmer could actually go up even earlier, since they don't need a barracks to allow for the stables. They save some wood there, and yeah, they can go for some crazy scouts build. Magyars usually would go up at maybe 20 because of not having a Dark Age eco bonus. On the other hand, Magyars get cheaper scouts. Ziggy, thanks for following. So we have the feudal ages on the way here with 15 and 16 seconds idle TC time. Very comparable, so no significant advantage for either player. Let me pause it now because it's we hit the feudal age. You could justify a sneak forward on this map. I haven't seen that a lot, but that makes sense actually, to have a shorter traveling distance and everything. Maybe actually the sneak quick archers could be something for Acropolis. Good casting, thank you. Speedy cast, but only just to get through the 4 matches we have for AOE League right now. And yeah, sometimes I'll do that anyway, because the Dark Age tends to not be too eventful, and I'm not much of a small talker. But we're now in the feudal age. We see Snippy is producing the scouts, as is Froggy. Froggy, however, going a bit ballsy here with the Khmer, goes straight for the stable. Admittedly now with a better economy, not having spent wood on the barracks, right? But it's also in the pickle, he has to rely on scouts exclusively for now to hold off Snippy's scouts here. And the Magyars, the bonus, they get melee upgrades instantly upon reaching each age. So the Khmer are already at a disadvantage, but I hope Froggy will eventually drop a barracks as well, unless he's completely relying at garrisoning his side houses here. Snippy already got the scouts kill here, so it's 3 scouts to 3 scouts, surprisingly enough. But okay, the defense coming in for Froggy here. Did get that blacksmith up nice and early, so that kind of evens out the +1 attack advantage of Snippy here. Still, there are Magyar spearmen here to defend for Snippy as well if Froggy tries for some counter rush here. So, yeah, being chased away here by the spearman. Snippy goes for another lumber camp on these small woodlands on the hill here. I mean, that's not going to sustain you for very long, but obviously with scouts on the field from both players, it's not easy just to go into the middle and take the middle woodland either. But at this point, when this one is depleted, I would definitely go for one of the bigger ones, even if they are further away. But Snippy has one over here, so it's fine. There's one safe woodland on the hill and one questionable one down here with no defenses for now, but doesn't matter as long as Froggy doesn't have it scouted. Seems a bit on the passive side for now, but now we have 5 scouts from Snippy moving forward. Froggy, still no barracks, you know, so still no spearmen to defend for Mr. Froggy here. Outnumbered in scouts as well, 5 to 3. And Snippy even placing another spearman, probably going to send it down to the woodland here to defend. Lovely Khmer farms here, never need a drop-off point, you just keep farming. and drop off constantly, so that might give Froggy an edge here to reach the cast age before Snippy here as well, but yeah, here we see Khmer bonus hopping into houses, and depending. Er dette S-tier Norge? Nei, litt sånn midt på treet. Snippy er 1400 i low, og Froggy 1200 kanskje, så det er sånn litt over gjennomsnittet, på en måte verdensgjennomsnittet på nivå, men langt fra topp, liksom. Alright, good engagement for Snippy there. It takes out some scouts here. These farms looks like they can be sniped, but that's just a spec bug by the looks of it. Splitting up the scouts now, losing some to TC, but again idling the gold here, delaying Froggy's eventual cast late transition. Snippy floating quite a bit of wood now. And yeah, committing to feudal age with more scouts on the way, and just keeping it up here. Top 5 gamers in Norway, I wouldn't say so. Top 20, 30 maybe. Haven't checked the list. Snippy, of course, famous from D90's channel with the community game, so he's definitely S tier Regicide player. As you will see from that clip. Yeah, let's see the kills here. Froggy did get 3 kills, but that's only scouts, while Snippy is about to get the second villager down here. Froggy going to the cast age with no military whatsoever here. And falling, I mean, yeah. It's gonna beat Snippy to the cast age, but at what cost? He fights off the Magyar scouts now with villagers. That is scary, because the Magyar scout, they have extra attack. +1 attack, so you'll risk losing villagers. That's 3 villagers down. Could be worse, of course. But as it stands, Snippy could keep pounding away at houses here and force the villagers to ungarrison. And he finds the quick hold there as well and just keeps the aggression up here. Look at the resources of Froggy now going to the Castle Age. That Castle Age isn't even killing off the scouts now. That Castle Age isn't going to give Froggy too much. So it looks a bit rough here already for the green player, having taken huge damage now in the feudal age. Good value from Snippy's. Well, I think in the end turned out to be 10 scouts used here. Second stable though for the Khmer. If they would allow, they could drop a market here as well, sell some food for gold to boost the production here, which I think will be knights, could even be elephants here, since Snippy is still not in the castle age, but yeah, eco has been severely limited here for Froggy due to the raids and stuff happening here. Wait, what? I'm actually making scouts, so he's been making use of the stables. Okay, it's going to be scouts and elephants, so the scouts might go into light cav as well, I don't know. So the scouts could snipe any defensive monks. Might not be the worst play ever. Elephants have higher HP and higher damage output than the knights, but they are slower and they are easily converted by monks once Snippy gets to the cast stage here, but there's still a while to go. Snippy, however, going to the cast stage with a much stronger economy than Froggy did, even with Wheelbarrow going up here with 36 farmers, workers total. So Snippy also with 2 stables. He's gonna follow this up with knights once he's the castle age, and he's easily gonna outnumber his opponent here. He's actually queuing only 1 knight in each stable. There we go, double knights now. Yeah, a mix of knights and elephants. Elephant might have been a mistake here then for Froggy. 11 on food, 13 on gold now, so not enough food to sustain knight production consistently, but definitely not gold. Still wide open, being Khmer here. Yes, you can hide in houses, but some weak villagers easily sniped here, and the knights with the +2 attack now for the Magyars will also break through the houses more easily and force the villagers to ungarrison. So Snippy patiently massing up on the knights before moving out here. Is yeah, with 6 knights now, I think it shouldn't delay too long. I mean, Froggy is massing numbers as well, after all. +1/+1, but Snippy with the +2/+2 here. Again, a testimony to the stronger economy he has running at home here. Could eventually TC drop this area as well to further secure this woodland and golds. And now it's on the run here. Still no barracks for Froggy, by the way, so we're not going to see any spear defense or pike defense here against knights. Could, of course, drop a monster or something. He's adding a second TC. I guess that's a means to try and catch up in economy here. But if you do that, you're also going to find yourself at risk of being outnumbered by the Magyars here. Good production from Froggy, though, RV-wise. Falling behind the builders, of course, given the losses in the feudal age. Snippy decides not to take the fight and wait for more knights, though, and not committing to more town centers here. A monastery, he's seen the elephant, so it could also be to heal up his own knights here. 16 military to 13, though. With Froggy with some annoying knights here, but they are going to be focused down by these mighty Magyar spearmen here. Maybe they'll get the kill, maybe not. Upgrade still missing. Oh, Bloodlines wasn't in, so that's a significant one for Froggy to get now. Just a little annoyance here. Gets a villager, actually. And yeah, maximum annoyance with the 2 scouts here for Froggy. Snippy, very consistent in the production though. Froggy has a couple of stables, but does not have the food eco to keep both of them working, so he's gonna fall behind in numbers now. And that's still the issue of upgrades, so Snippy could easily take a fight on the other side. Snippy should have spotted by now as well that the Khmer player doesn't have a barracks, so he doesn't need to worry about spearmen. Actually, there's no monastery either, so if I were Snippy here, I'd just dive in and go for the fight. No matter what. Oh, are they just passing now? I believe they are. Snippy is kind of walled at home though. I think there still might be an opening, but yeah, Froggy will have to turn back here for sure. Seeing this is 20 knights, so that should be enough even to, with full upgrade, so that should be enough even to take out town centers here with knights exclusively. Another elephant added. At least it will withstand more knights hits, but missing +2/+2 here for the Khmer, and Snippy just splitting up and idling basically all of Froggy's economy here, impairing the production capabilities as well. Looking good for Snippy here with these raids and obviously forcing the masses of Froggy's knights to move back as well, but Froggy is outnumbered and powered in terms of upgrades, so there's not much Froggy can do here other than ring the bell maybe, or garrison inside all the houses here and hope for the best. At least Snippy's armies are spread out, so that helps a little bit. So, yeah, he gets a favorable engagement there after all, but again, the idle TC idle worker efficiency down to 13.8% here. Not good for Froggy at all. Snippy might even get a conversion here and keeps a consistent military higher. It's still one stable producing behind this. Knights running in again for a raid here. A little bit of a misplay from Snippy not to keep the knights collected maybe, but he's been idling a lot of economy here, idling TC, and Snippy now with a 20 villagers lead and taking the first match here versus Froggy. So GG is called for the memes. Okay, it's elephants maybe. No. Yeah, right. So 29 knights to 13. No, nothing to criticize about Snippy's production there. Was seemed fairly consistent. We'll take a look at the stats, so split this up into separate graphs for military and eco as well. Where there are some serious spikes here in the military for Snippy. One part here where Snippy was the only one with armies, that was probably in the late feudal age where Froggy didn't have any, and then there are, in terms of hit points, I guess, comparable because of the elephants and whatnot, but Snippy with stronger, better numbers of knights and that sort of thing. 30 to 16 KD. Eco situation should be better for the Magyars here because of less idle time, simply. Less subject to raids throughout the whole game. Froggy with a quicker casting time, as should be expected by the Kmur, but with an eco so crippled through the raids that Snippy was much better off once the castlage set in for the Magyars player. Let's have a look at the APM graph as well. 90 maximum for Snippy here. Alright, let's pull up game 2 between these two players. Well, which I'm assuming is Froggy's home map, but we'll see. It's 4 lakes, and I know Snippy doesn't really love the hybrid maps, but we'll see. It's a tough map to wall, and it's certainly favors Scout's play as well, so let's see what 4 lakes brings us. They're discussing the massive. Snippy was expecting Nomad because the others opponents had picked Nomad against Snippy and he's been losing it. But that wasn't the case. We have 4 lakes and we have the best Civ, arguably, for 4 lakes. One of the best ones anyway, in the Persians here. Persians Mirror. So again, I'm going to speed it up. We might be seeing some juicy Scouts play here in the Feudal Age again. Because, as said, you can definitely pull wall 4 lakes between the woodlands here, but it calls for some extensive walling, and in the meantime, if your opponent goes for the Scouts, you could just yeah, exploit that by going for masses of Scouts. We'll see. The reason why Persians are so good for 4 lakes is that you start with plus 50 wood and plus 50 food, so you have more ease of builders production to begin with, and you can also, if you want to, drop a dock straight away and start fishing, because you'll afford both. Usually you'll go to food first and then wood and then drop the dock still though, but Persians can for sure get the dock up a little bit earlier. They've even pushing in the deer here for 4 lakes. Not necessarily a requirement on maps like this with lots of fish to be taken, but certainly boosts your early food economy and sets up Snippy nicely for a Scouts rush here. The population's very similar here. Froggy, however, with slightly more idle TC time, and hence going to the Feudal Age a bit later. Let's slow it down a bit and see what the Feudal Age brings us here. Snippy walling off, he's got the first stable app, and I'm assuming that's the case for our green friend as well. No stables here for Froggy. Is he going to go full spear defense here? Oh, there it is. I'm just blind. So first scout out for Froggy, or second rather, because you have the starting scout as well. Snippy garrisoning and stacking up on the numbers, and he has his other scout over here as well. Just chilling out. He hasn't actually found Froggy's location, so a bit of lazy scouting there for Snippy. Looks like Froggy is going to go for the shore fisher again, but this scout is weak and is not really going to get any. Yeah, it's going to lose that fight by Snippy. Snippy brings in the other one as well, just to make sure he gets the best fight possible there. The whole left side of Snippy's base is walled, so top side is what's exposed to scout raids here, but Snippy with slight wilder lead now by now. Maybe more fish, let's see. 5, how many? 6 fish? 6 fish for Snippy. Only 4 for Froggy for now. Froggy very, very heavily on wood here now. Could and he's going for another dock in the north, so it's really going to boost that early food economy. We'll see. Could be that Snippy. Froggy has gone to gold actually, so Froggy might be aiming for an earlier cast stage here and invest less into scout. Could be a good play. Though it didn't work for Acropolis the previous game, it might work here if Snippy invests more into the scouts like he did in the previous game. Really not loving Snippy scouting here, though. He hasn't been checking the lakes if there's any presence of Froggy. So for all Snippy knows, it could be 3 lakes in Froggy's control already, which is going to give a ridiculous eco advantage. Yeah, Froggy's actually going for the 3rd lake as well. That's almost feels a bit early to go for 3 lakes now, but look at that wood count. You could spend so much on that wood to generate food, but it should also be spent on also blacksmith market, whatever you need. Here comes Snippy with scouts. This should be an easy quick call for Froggy to keep him out. There we go. Yep. Where are the spears? They are in strategic spots here, not allowing Snippy to simply run in, but single spears could be sniped by Snippy here, especially if Snippy considers getting those upgrades. But looking at the food eco and the gold investment, Snippy is going to be going past stage very soon. This might actually beat Froggy to it. Froggy, however, once he gets those fishing ships producing, is going to have a fantastic food eco. Snippy with 1000 food, only missing gold now to go up to the next stage. Yeah, don't want to sacrifice the scouts for the spears here. Questionable engagement from Snippy there is wasting 2 scouts for nothing. Rather than idling the berries a tiny bit here, running into spears again. Snippy, what are you doing? I thought you were the scout's master. This wasn't a very confident micro Snippy. Sure is. Should be on the way to the cast stage soon as the blacksmith is complete, but... well, that was kind of a waste. Could scout the north as well to see if there's any expansion going on there. Yeah, here's a villager as well. Some villagers to snipe in the docks, but Snippy just refuses to scout these areas. We have the cast stage on the way, actually for Froggy as well. Froggy with more fish, I guess, with a solid fishing ship's lead over Snippy, who has the same amount of villagers. So, comparable cast stage timings here. Froggy did invest less into scouts, but more into spears, so I think the overall resource investment is comparable here. Snippy is going to get to the upgrades sooner, though, having the blacksmith up already. Oh, snipe farm. Yay. No! There we go. Oh, stupid feature of the game. Why does this farm have to start at 0 HP like that when you place it? And why is it visible before you start building it? Stupid. Just AoE things. Still, the spearman will keep the aggression away here, as far as 2 scouts can be aggressive goes. And this woman is just building houses after having completed the dock. Snippy about to full wall the area here. That's a good sign as well. Otherwise, Froggy could sneak a villager over here and get a sneak dock up to contest Snippy's little fish investment here. 6 fishing ships. At least not an over-investment here, to put it that way, but there are 3 ponds in Froggy's control, which should be worrying for Snippy, but overall the eco seems comparable still. Snippy going straight for the camels. They both are going straight for the camels, in fact, so both players may be expecting the other one to go for knights for raiding and purposes. How's the numbers like? This time it's Froggy with the consistent double stable production areas. Only 4 on gold though, so that's not going to keep your double stables working for too long. Even if it's camels. Oh, alright, that's the reason there's fewer on gold, so that's gonna be remedied quickly. Snippy 10 to 14. Froggy making galleys. I think that's just to protect the shoreline. Yep, nice. That's a trick on 4 lakes to make sure that the enemy can't easily sneak dock. Snippy on point now with the camels though, raiding the TC going up and getting some juicy villager kills, or a kill there. And as long as these are spears, I guess you could contest them even with camels, but Okay, the 5 spears, maybe not. Second TC for Snippy on the woodline here. The third TC, sorry. 3 TCs and a dock. So 3 docks and 2 TCs versus 1 dock and 3 TCs. Snippy should be outboomed here by Froggy, looking at this setup. But you need to make military as well, of course. Snippy floating quite a bit of wood here. Could be putting that into more docks and fish in some of the ponds, but the galleys of Froggy aren't making that easy. This seems a decent engagement. Snippy they have the same upgrades here, but the spearmen are swinging the fight towards Froggy's advantage here after all. 10-9 is KD, so they're taking somewhat even fights here. Ooh, we're gonna see some trash bows here eventually. There's probably skirmishers for now against the spearmen of Froggy. It could even be archers, but you don't wanna overextend the archers' crossbows with the Persians until you have a castle and Commander and research the unique tech giving you crossbow line or crossbows for wood only. That's an addition to the Persians in the definitive edition that can come in handy, especially against enemy spearmen, pikemen, halberdiers. Maybe even against the enemy camels as well, because you could get a cheap mass of crossbows going. Snippy is getting the crossbows. He does not have a castle, however, so could be just a preemptive preparation here. Froggy getting outnumbered here again now. 15 camels to 6 camels and 1 knight here for Snippy, but again the spears. Snippy needs something against those. Fletching is in. I'm gonna see Bodkin probably as well once the gold count allows for Snippy. And he is making the crossbows even without unique tech, so I hope he doesn't over-invest into this then. So Snippy really is letting Froggy get away with a free fish boom here. 18 fish for Froggy, 20 builders lead. Army numbers comparable as well, but only spearmen, but they are about to become pikes, and there comes Wheelbarrow to boost the farmers as well. Or overall resource efficiency. I'd like to see a monastery from Snippy here as well to heal up some of these weak camels with knights. Could salvage the numbers. Sneaky entry there by Froggy to maybe get some military pickups with these 2 stray knights here, but that's just for Snippy to send 3 camels back home when he cleans up this. Just passing, just peeking around. There's an opening at the goal, that's where Froggy got in. What is this? They could get trapped now. Alright, Snippy is pulling his villagers away. Knight's still not attacking. Okay, they're gonna get one. Value! Right there. Oh, and finally Snippy is getting something done down here. Maybe. Well, what is this? Yeah, that's Snippy's dog. Ah, I see. He managed to get a dog up there. Nice. Adding a few rams here, hoping to take out production buildings maybe. Looks like Froggy has plans for a castle here to 5 builders on stone. So that's gonna go in. Is there a hill here anywhere? No significant hills in the middle. But here Snippy gets a decent engagement against Froggy's units here. Froggy missing the last attack upgrade on the cavalry, so Snippy is outmatching Froggy there. To the south, Snippy wants to contest this maybe, but floating lots of food now could probably sell some food to get gold for naval production here. One fire galley isn't gonna be enough down here. So this could be a long match looking at the mirror setup here, but Snippy is definitely the aggressor, matching the army numbers of Froggy. Froggy feels safe now, looks like he wants to go for a counterattack with the knights and camels here, while Snippy is pushing with rams and camels and crossbows here, and that's going to be a bad fight for Froggy's armies. Snippy getting a real good one now, 40 to 28 military. And yeah, ramming down the Persian TCs, they have ridiculous HP, so that takes a while to, even with 3 rams pounding away. Crossbows could out-snipe villagers attacking the rams, and the camels are going to get some hits in as well. Panic repairs. Yeah, this is going to take a huge blow to Froggy's eco. I like how Snippy is going right on the TC, covering the gold as well, and then taking out one of the golds here. 36 to 18, Snippy consistently producing crossbows and camels behind here. Imagine if you had Commander unresearched here, you'd have almost 3 crossbows here with the wood cost only, but yeah, good aggression. Now splitting up the armies and gonna go for the next TC next, I guess. Of course, having crossbows in the mix with Bodkin and full upgrades helps a lot against the Camel's investment of Froggy as well. 3 rams still alive, going for the next TC here, but they'll stay somewhat unprotected, so maybe Froggy can pound this down with villagers. Snippy, 34 military to 6 now. Looks like Snippy has this one in his pocket now. And then some... Yeah, Snippy not really contesting the late down there. This is a fake dock right there. Just one bolt inside to force Froggy to react, and then Snippy can focus otherwise other places. Yeah, goodbye. Froggy, boom here. Villagers going down left and right. 17 down for Froggy. Snippy has lost 7 villagers as well. But yeah, losing TCs, that's a significant investment going down as well. And Froggy, at this point, mainly collecting wood. Could, of course, still make more fish, but that's not going to give you too much as the fish is beginning to get depleted in the ponds as well. Another TC going on, and still 2 rams alive. How are you doing this, Snippy? Yes, is compensating for the scouts micro earlier in the game. Froggy about to get the castle up finally, so that's going to potentially save this TC from the last from the ram push, but this one is still at risk. Snippy losing some numbers now, is switching to knights now that Froggy's camels and pikes aren't really a threat anymore. I like that knights are better at raiding after all. Froggy is scrambling up a new town center, but it's so far behind now. Yes, 30 builders lead still, but quite a bit of that is fishing ships. And we have to mention the worker efficiency and idle times behind this as well. TC on the stone as well, more castles in the planning maybe. Snippy could actually sell resources now and go Imperial Age and then just take into Cap Ram or Siege Ram or something to deal with the remaining buildings here. Or get a castle up and get some trebs out, but this is some good castle age pressure here. There's not really any need for Snippy to go to the Imperial Age either with the army dominance like this. It's just that taking out castles is more difficult. Oh, that's a hero pikeman right there, but he gets contested by the mighty Persian crossbows here. Or crossbow, rather. Double stable knives for Snippy, no more crossbow investment. Froggy with instant or massive reboom here going into the ranges as well. Let's assume Froggy has gone into Commander Run then, or will be doing that, because there's lots of wood to be used here. There it is. Good call, floating wood like that to go into a type of unit that only requires wood to produce. Crossbow is being teched as well. Froggy is not going to give this one up easily. Second game here. Snippy still with the army domination, but he needs to contest the fish in the corners as well. That's like 20 units bringing in food for free here. And yeah, South Pond being contested by the only fire galley that Snippy produced down here. TC trying to go up on the gold here. I guess Froggy will still just place it and douche Snippy's one villager collecting gold down here. She's at 1 HP, so she isn't exactly a threat. Persian TCs work faster, so that obviously goes for both players here, but makes it easier to reboom. But here comes Snippy with the first castle drop here, right on the gold that Froggy has fled to. Froggy is out of gold access at home base. Snippy has some crossbows standing here, and he might be using those to contest the pond here. He's contesting the lake, or will contest the lake in the north as well, eventually, I guess. Sent quite a few villagers here. So Froggy is being sandwiched up in the corner here now. Pushed further and further back, so that Snippy essentially has all of the map control here. This castle it will go up, and that stops 2 town centers from being having safe production and everything here as well. Yeah, some builders going down. Snippy is committing to castle age here, but still he could sell wood and do stuff to get to the Imperial Age here, lacking the gold. And yeah, he's going for some more gold over here. There's still a bit of gold to the left-hand side as well. Neither player has that scouted actually, but there's some neutral gold still to be taken. After all this raid, though, Froggy is still with the villager lead and going Imperial Age here, so that's some good reactions and good defense here. Snippy committing to the castle age, but does have the army numbers over the opponent here. And just continues the annoyance to obstruct this wood line with a tower as well. So back at it with the raiding here, Froggy losing some numbers before Imperial Age. The crossbows obviously won't become arbalests either. They don't have access to bracer. The only thing they could get is a little bit more defense here. Snippy splitting out the knights again and obstructing Froggy's economy here. Gold sources. Another castle going up here. Snippy, I guess Snippy needs Imperial Age to close this out. He needs Trebs to deal with Froggy's defensive castles. Otherwise, Froggy's eco will stabilize here, and Snippy will be pushed back. War Elephant! Basically the only, okay, not the only option. Froggy still has the castles here, but that's a bit of a resource commitment to the castle here. Could be just for the memes maybe, but definitely gold better spent on trebuchets here for Froggy, since Snippy is still in the castle age. And looks like Snippy is going to make the transition very soon though. Two castles for Snippy. Just waiting for that gold now to click up, and should be clicking imp now, right? There we go. Let's see the market stats here, if they've been using the market at all. Maybe you can't see it. So that's some persistent playing by Froggy here. Snippy has now found the neutral gold to the side here as well, so he's made good use of the stray crossbows here to scout some more of the map. Knights killing a mighty war elephant, oh boy. And not much happening right now, but Snippy actually behind the military numbers right now, but the economy suggests that shouldn't be a huge issue. He might just let this castle go down and use this one to push back instead, but that's being contested by a Treb as well. Knights production back online for Snippy here. Froggy still seems to struggle a bit for gold here. 9 gold miners. Can't use this one until this castle goes down. But once this castle is down, Froggy has freed up some resources to mine gold again, so... So we'll see how it turns out. Just get back to work, get some gold out. Hello? There we go. Another castle for Snippy on the hill here, nice. So still, Snippy keeps most of the map here, more stable going up. Could use the market, sell some food for gold, sell some wood for gold. Pump out more crossbows, get commander on trash bows. Forecast goes down as well, but this bought Snippy time to get to the Imperial Age at least. But now Snippy needs this castle to complete to get the trebuchets out, so a bit unfortunate to lose both castles before trebs can be produced. Snippy also with 133 villagers or eco units to 111 here, so establishing an eco lead over Froggy now. Froggy right now 20 on gold, 39 on food, could actually sustain 2 castles for a hunt with that kind of food and gold eco, but probably not gonna see that. Cavalier on the way and handcart for Snippy as well, and in the meantime, Froggy is going to light cab with hopes of some raiding damage here. I think it may be too late though, getting some hits in here. This gold very exposed as well, no TC here for Snippy. Could drop a castle though, and he's making traps in the north, so this time around is Froggy going to lose some precious map control with castles being contested. Fantastic defense and recovery here from Froggy though. 5 TCs, 6 TCs total, and they are faster working Persian's TCs, so it lets you get back into the game rather quickly. Heavy cavalry on the way, good call against the Cavalier investment for Snippy. But Snippy getting a significant amount of Cavalier out as well. Well, that's one hero light cav right there. Light cav raids at Snippy's home base, actually idling all of the food eco Snippy, but shouldn't matter too much with the current army composition. They're both relatively high on population here, 172 to 166. On those small light cav raids doing lots of damage for Froggy here. 3 trebuchets out for Snippy. Fishing ships idle as well. Could play some fish traps here with the wood. Excess of wood in the bank here for Snippy. Froggy also with 56 on wood. So it's clear that they're focusing on lots of different stuff here right now. Though Froggy has Commander untacked and lots of ranges here to produce, so the wood investment is justified. Heavy Camel, Commander run against Cavaliers and Trebs. I guess that's fine. Don't let the Camel snipe those easily though. I think Snippy needs trash bows here as well to deal with the heavy camels. One castle about to go down, that should free up some potential for raids. The upgrades are comparable here, although Snippy is getting Paladin as well. It's about to kick in here. Should work wonders against the crossbows. Hey, Crazy Joe! The Paladins should clean up this, no problem. They have all but the last attack upgrade now. They should also be able to snipe the Trebs, and that leaves Froggy in a bit of a pickle here. He just lost one defensive castle, might lose another one. Go Snippy indeed. Yeah, he's up 1-0, and it's 2 games played kind of set up here for the league, so... And this is also presumably, or it is Froggy's home map. traps going down. Froggy has some light cav in the north here with a sneak stable near the dock here, so that should take out some of Snippy's eco again. But yeah, it looks like Snippy has it going for him here now, though. Mullisako, this is the Norwegian AOE tooling, which I started a month or so ago. 3 divisions for, yeah, basically Norwegian players and myself, who somehow snuck in. He's German, but so this would be the 1200 to 1400 bracket. And the setup is 1 home map each, free pick of home map, and a free use of SIB as well. You could use any SIB. So it's very open overall. Yeah, back and forth game, indeed. But it's going more and more into Snippy's hands now. I think he has established an eco lead, maybe a little bit too much here, but he has more military as well. And if you have more military and more eco, that's usually going to give you a good one. Looks like Froggy is out of stone to repair as well. And yeah, that light cab, who cares? You can afford to lose some builders at this point if you're Snippy. Second defensive castle is down, and there's only 1 castle left for Froggy now, so looking a bit rough for the green player. The GG is called. Snippy succeeds and takes the 2-0 here. Only beat by Papaya Pete to the leading spot in the second division, I think. GG, indeed. We see some fluctuations here in army numbers and spitting all over my computer here. Army numbers, eco as well, swinging up a bit here for Snippy, and then up for Froggy after the reboom, I guess. But yeah, finally goes into Snippy's favor here. More eco overall. Yeah, I think Snippy had better map control overall throughout the game. Froggy did have a very good comeback potential and was holding 3 ponds as well, or lakes. So never say never, but got a bit rough. Ooh, crossing 140 APM this game, Snippy. Must have been a hectic point.